Welcome back to the Virgo channel and welcome to the channel if you're new. My name is Laura and I'm going to do a general message for You Got It, Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed, interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel I like to dive deep within the readings. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why your person's doing what they're doing and why you attracted the person into your life, and a lot of different aspects of the connection that really are not discussed in most readings. And the reason why is because the channel is all about your healing. So you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. So the universe brings to you what you need, not what you want, but what you need. So when you need to learn a certain spiritual lesson, how it's taught is it's usually taught by a karmic mate, so this is why it's important, because a lot of times, like after a while, when you're connected to a karmic mate and the person's not learning or the connection isn't growing, it's then after a while it turns negative, it turns very negative. So instead of having a connection, I should say, that feeds you, you have a cord that drains you. So, and a lot of times after a while, you're just like, I don't want this anymore, but I just still feel connected to this person, or I feel like this person is still connected to me. So in order to actually cut that cord, you have to learn the spiritual lesson and then quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience. And you can actually do that when you clear the programming, which is why the karmic lesson is happening. All right. Now, the reason why is because you're no longer the same vibration as whatever that person or thing or situation was. So being that you're going to attract things that are more in alignment with who you are today, and not which is more in alignment with your wound. That's why it's more important. However, you can shapeshift this situation sometimes to actually get what you want. But the irony is, once you usually get what you want, it's not really what you want. The chase becomes a lot more exciting than the actual prize. Because once you actually are in the connection with the person, you actually see why the connection was so difficult to get off the ground. You wind up seeing all the spiritual blocks and wounds that the person has. And that a lot of times is those wounds are what triggers you. So, like I said, in order to shapeshift that energy, you have to change the dynamic of it. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you need to find in the description box. That includes the word of the video. So again, I always say the word of the video in the beginning of the video, but the videos tends to be long because they have a therapy style to them. So a lot of times you can forget. Also, my email, and you would need those two things in order to enter into winning a free reading with me. You also have to obviously be open to getting a shadow reading. And you'd have to, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, always subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that are interested in life coaching, it is now open. And my life coaching is amazing because I incorporate shadow healing, inner child healing, reparenting, healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma, help you on your soul's path, help you work through your traumas. But the whole good thing about this coaching program is you're supposed to be living and doing things. So by the end of the coaching program, you've gotten the step-by-step direction on how to start. That's usually the problem. People don't know where to start, or they don't know what their soul's purpose is, or they don't know why their relationships are, imbalanced. But then a lot of times when we look at their entire life, we see, hey, there are imbalances straight across the board. So once you heal one, many times you will heal another, meaning you have a block in emotional relationship department. You'd see a lot of times the person has blocks within their business, their finances, their money. And so understand, once you heal one, you heal the other, because money has no energy except for the energy you're giving it. So if you're not happy where you are, this is why also you're going to see money fluctuations, like a lack of stability. It's always going to feel like there's either not enough or sometimes there is, and then sometimes it isn't. And so, like I said, that's the good thing about doing the coaching program. I know a lot of people that do coaching and then they feel like, okay, now I've done the coaching and I'm going to start to, make those changes in my life. And then they get triggered. So the whole point is, like I said, that you're working with me while you're creating your life, like on your soul's path, making a way where there is no way just for you. You're finding that and you're becoming strong in that way. And that's, hopefully will bring you money, better finances, because you'll be more in alignment with who you are, and that'll make you feel better, and you'll attract different types of people into your life. So it's really an amazing coaching program. So if you're in need, definitely fill out the link that's in the description box. All right. And like I said, all other important information. Now, if you just want to learn, check out my website. I have a lot of free resources on my website. Past TV shows I've done, other YouTube channels, hundreds of blogs. Check it out. All right. Now, without further ado, let's see what the word of the video is. I'm going to use my deck. Ooh, that kind of slid off. So we're going to take it. And it is prudence. Prudence. I want to pull another one. I feel like you have a feeling someone's coming back into your life. And it's because you starting to feel this person. For a long time, you didn't feel this person. I feel as if you had a very strong connection with someone that kind of just ghosted you, dropped you like it was hot, like for no rhyme, no reason. You didn't know why. And now you're feeling like this person, and you feel like this person's coming back. And I feel like you always knew that they were going to come back. And you don't really know how to deal with it. There's a sense that you're like, I don't really know how to deal with this person. I don't really know what to say. So many different mixed feelings and emotions. And this person is purposely coming back at this time, kind of trip you up. Because there's a sense that they're a little annoyed that they have to come back to you. So I'm feeling as if like there's a part of you that's like, I don't really know how to deal with it. So I'm really going to just deal with it like very prudently, kind of polite, which is the right way to be, because you don't really want this person to read how you're feeling one way or the other, which means that you can't really say that much to this person when they come back. So I feel like they're going to come back into your life, and intuitively, you know this. And so again, the energy is prudent, which is kind of like very conservative, polite, diplomatic, which is almost like there's a coldness to it. This person feels like it's not real, and it's not real because this person knows damn well what they did, and they think that they're just going to come back into your life. And they think that they're just going to come back into your life and not really, don't want to really address anything. So they want to bounce off your reaction. So, and not make it about what happened in the past. Because this person, like I said, doesn't want to talk about, how they treated you in the past. They don't want to take responsibility for that. And I feel like, again, the connection was like fine. And then all of a sudden it wasn't fine. There was no explanation. This person just ghosted. And I don't feel like they were sorry at the time. And I feel like you didn't feel them either that much, meaning that they weren't really around you. Now all of a sudden you're feeling them. So it tells me that there is an ESP connection through the heart and mind. So again, this person is a past life, karmic. And I feel like when you met this person, you felt like they were a soulmate twin flame. And now you're not seeing them that way. So the energy is prudent, which is because this person depended on you to create the tempo when they come back. Almost like Now I feel like you're in separation from them as of right now. So, and I feel like you've been in separation from them for a while. So that's why, like I said, it's like, and how they left was not in a good way. So you know this person's coming back. So it's either this is a message from the divine saying you've been wondering about how to deal with this person. It's prudently. If there's a part of you that doesn't know what to do. And I feel like you don't know what to do because this person like did what they did. There was a very strong connection, but they still betrayed you. They still did a lot of things, and this person would like to make light out of what they did. And so I understand what they did was wrong. And so there is a part of you that's like, I have feelings, but I also don't trust you. You ruin the connection. And I don't really like you're so mad and hurt that this person would actually do that. It's almost like the nerve that they're coming back into your life. And they know it. And they know it. And so I don't like this person's energy. And I'm going to tell you why. Very selfish. Very, very, very selfish. It's that's what it feels like to me, which is why, and I feel like that's why you're not going to give them anything when they come back, meaning you're not going to be able to read me one way or the other. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be polite. Which is a lot more than what you did. So it's almost like that type of energy. Let's see what they did, but I'm telling you what I channeled is what I feel that they did. I feel like again, like this person, when you are in a connection with them, it's like they never really committed to you either. And I feel like you always held back from them. But this person, what they like to do is they like to create an argument. They like to come in and trigger you just so that you'll soothe them. So it's a way that they manipulate, which is why when this person comes back, like I felt like they didn't want to take responsibility for what they did. I feel like it's more like I want to like read off your reaction on how you're going to react. So if I see you and you're happy to see me, then I'm going to give you a hug and maybe a kiss and tell you how much I miss you and turn on the charm, but if you're mad, I might still grab you and kiss you and like try and play like it's not that big of a deal, which I feel like is the wrong move to make with the Virgo. You just don't do that. It's like, and so, but this person almost wants you to argue with them because you haven't been giving them anything, which is making them want, like, again, they have to come back, but they're irritated that they have to come back because they don't want to have to acknowledge what they did. So, like I said, this is how this person communicated, and this is how they're planning on coming back into your life. So it's again, there's a lack of responsibility. There's a lot this person avoids. I feel like they when you're with them, instead of them having a conversation and telling you what was going on with them, they would go into hermit mode. They would go into isolation. So they never really made you feel 100% comfortable. There was a lot of assumption that you and them were going to be together. There was a lot of mixed messages because they would do that. And I feel like you would turn around and you would tell this person like what was wrong. And instead of them like talking to you, they would like go into isolation and then blame you. Say, well, you got to keep asking me. And what you saw was they acted a little too cocky, like a little too self-righteous. Like, you're going to blame me that because you went into isolation? No, you don't want to communicate. You don't want to let me in that deep. And you don't want to let me in that deep because you don't really know what you're doing. But you made it like you did know what you were doing. And that's what this person doesn't want to act like that they did. But they know that they did. They want to say, well, I didn't say anything. I didn't promise anything, but they know everything that they did looks exactly what it did. But they're going to say, well, I didn't say anything, and I don't know why you're making a big deal, which is, I'm telling you, again, assumptions. Like, oh no, you're assuming that that's what happened. And it's like, no. It's like, because they're going to say that they feel attacked. It's like they're always the victim. They're always the victim. They knew exactly that everybody was going to assume the type of connection that it was because they led them on. They led you on. It's like, and I feel like this person reached out to you. I feel like they came on to you. They set it up like that, and then they just dropped it like it was hot. So, but if you notice, this person was never emotionally opened, meaning they were not transparent. They'd go into isolation, like withdraw, like not talk to you. And then if you question them, they blame you like it was like it's something that you did. And it was because they didn't want to have to make a decision. So the issue too is that this person didn't know what they wanted, but they wanted to hold on to you and they didn't want you to meet anyone else. Again, stonewall. It's like, but then once they had you, then they're going to again hold back and stonewall because you're going to clearly want to know what's going on in your connection. And this person's not really being transparent. So the issue that I see here is it's that this person staged it like it was a relationship. And then for no apparent reason, they dropped it and they didn't talk to you for a long time. They stonewalled you. Once they knew that they had you, again, that you cared, they didn't come and fix it. They played games and they felt good about it because they were like, well, I'm going to blame you because you question every time I withdraw. I don't have a conversation with you, though. Instead, I get information out of you and I get what I want if I'm starting an argument or by manipulating. So there's just a sense of you don't trust them because you're like, why are you always trying to deceive me? Why are you always trying to like get over on me? And it's because they want to be with you, but they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to like you to have any expectation of the connection. Like, and that's because they don't really know what they want from day to day. At any day, like they could make it like they're in a relationship with you and then all of a sudden drop you and be with somebody else. And then come back to you and say, well, I never said that I was dating you. I never said that. It's like we were getting to know, but you and don't tell me who I can talk to. Like this person would play those type of games and then come back and say, well, we never really discussed it, or they don't want you to even bring it up what they did. They just want to pick it up where they left off and make light out of their situation. By them creating illusions. That's what it is. It's like so that they can have it, thinking that you're going to be unaware. And I think for a while you were unaware because you were like, you really thought that this person really wanted what you wanted because they made it like that. They came into your life and they made it like, this is what I want. I want the same exact thing that you want. And then everything was okay. And then all of a sudden it wasn't okay. And they went ghost. Create an illusion. And then when I feel like you did talk to them maybe once or twice again. And then what happened is it's like you call them out on their shit and then they're dramatic about it. They're over the top. Like, no, you don't understand. Like they have to tell you some elaborate story of why they went ghost on you. Why I wound up in the hospital. I almost had a heart attack, or like I lost my job, or my mother died, or some thing that you would feel like an asshole to sit there and argue with them and be like, you know, you're not there. And so that you're supposed to be, oh, okay, that's okay. That you didn't have 2 seconds to text message me, that you wouldn't have 5 seconds. Like, no, this person doesn't want to be accountable. So they're dramatic, over the top, creating drama. And like I said, and then withdraw, like as a way to be like, well, now like that you don't understand and you think that I'm lying. So no matter what I say, I'm going to withdraw. But where are they withdrawing to? Deceiving. Like I said, this person is always like, has other people that they talk to, and possibly not even to be in a relationship, just people that feed them energy, that feed their ego. So it's like, oh, I don't care. You're going to be mad. I'm just going to, yeah, well, there's nothing I could do. So I'm going to go home. And then they'll go home and be on Instagram or be on Facebook and give the nonchalant people that they don't even know like more attention and more intimacy than you, which is why you're arguing with this person, because you're acting like you don't know what you're acting like I don't know what you do. It's like you want to act like I'm constraining you when really you're constraining me because you're holding on to me, but you're not giving me anything. And it's like, well, now that you got your needs met, that's okay, that I wasted your time, that's okay, that you made me wait. This is where you are, Virgo. You're like, no, I don't think so. It's like you're like almost like I would feel like an ass to take this person back. It's like they ruined the connection that much, is how you feel. You feel like, and they were like an important connection. You felt like this was a good connection until they ruined it. It's like because of how they treated it. And then it's not even what they did. I have to tell you, it's how they did what they did. And the way that they want to act like, that didn't really happen when it did happen. They don't want to take responsibility. So it's almost like what they do makes it worse. Like how they handle it, rather, it makes it worse than what they do. It's like where it's like they don't try and fix it. Instead, oh, you don't know what I like to do, so that's okay. You're never going to trust me. I'm going to make you feel bad, or I'm going to create drama, always trying to like gaslight you into like not holding a standard to me. So I don't have to hold to your standard. So I don't have to like respect your boundary of how you want to be treated. And so you got tired because you got tired of being angry. So you said, you know what, I'm going to withdraw because this person likes it when I'm angry because they don't care how they hold on to me, just as long as they hold on to me. And you're like, I don't really want that type of connection. I don't need the drama because it keeps me in a place of lack. It keeps me in a place of not like lack because this person emotionally isn't giving to me, then that makes me feel bad. And then it affects other areas of my life. It's draining. And this person doesn't care. They actually like it better because it's easier to control. And it's like almost like they're okay with making you like with being sad because that's really what would happen. It's like you get not even angry at first. You got to a place where you're angry because you got so tired of feeling sad that this person wouldn't show up, and the way that they do show up is wrong. It's like, and it's really because they have a lot of fear when it comes to their own relationships and they project that fear, you know? It's like this person wants what they want when they want it. And they'll tell you that you're being impatient when you're not being impatient, but they're going to make you feel as if you're a burden when you're not a burden because it's, hey, I don't want to hold to a standard, which means I don't really know what I want. I want you, but I also want everything else. And so I don't really want you to, like I said, to hold to a standard. And it's like, and they're going to continue, they're going to gaslight. They're being like, again, over the top dramatic, or again, withdraw and make it like, oh, poor me, you don't know what you want. And there's always a sense that they don't really want to be in the connection, that they feel like connections are like burdensome. And you're like, yeah, because it affects their self-image of what they're trying to portray. And then when you're like telling them how you feel, they're like, they think that it's that you're being judgmental to them. Wait, what you see is you're just being lazy and that you have a fear of change, and you don't care if I'm in a place of anxiety because you make me paranoid because of, the issues that you have, like maybe again, like that you inherited from your family, or that I don't want to be in a connection that mirrors my family, which was codependent, where one parent had all the power and the other parent didn't. You want me to conform, and I'm not going to conform to your ways, and because it leaves me empty. And the reason why what you do is you just check out with your addictions, and you don't care that the relationship's imbalanced. It's like, because the issue is, hey, you want to be the authority figure, but so that you can be impulsive, which is do what you feel like doing when you feel like doing it. And you really don't care about the risks that you take. And that's really what it is. It's like the relationship, like there's no trust. There's no trust because the person wants to keep you in a place of disempowerment. And really, got tired of the manipulation. This person would have to, again, change their habits. And there's a part of them that doesn't want to, but this is a past life connection. So understand what you know is that this person is going to come back. You feel it, and that they're going to act the victim, and that they're going to project. But really, no, it's because they feel inadequate. They need to do inner child healing. That's really what it is. It's like being in a connection with them. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They don't know what they want with the connection, though they do have feelings for you. So it's almost like if this person says, I love you, they do love you. However, they also love their freedom. And so you say, well, then that's not love. It's the way that this person loves. It's like it's like they just don't want any titles on the connection. They don't want any titles. They don't want any responsibility. And no one wants a type of relationship like this. So it's, again, because really at the root of it is their inadequacy. So the inadequacy might have came about from their past relationships. And there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to pay for your past relationships, failed past relationships, of whatever happened to you in your past relationship. And that's what it is. This person's like, I would like to have no rules and not really figure out anything, but I have such a strong connection to you because it's a past life connection, where that's why you really thought that this was a soulmate twin flame. And what I'm feeling like is that this was a fake karmic mate because it's one-sided connection. It's like this person, thought that you were going to put up with him for the connection. So there's a part of them of like, no, they know that they messed up everything. I'm looking to see, where are they now? What are their hidden truths now? Because as far as what I see, that I couldn't let you get that close to me. And that's because they didn't know what they wanted. And you would have seen that. So they needed you close enough that you were hooked on, but not close enough that they would build actually more of an emotional connection so that they could figure out what they wanted. So the focus was always on like the grass is greener on the other side, but I still want to hold on to you. It's like this weird energy, or almost like they were thinking that the grass might be greener on the other side. But just in case it wasn't, I'm going to hold on to you, I should say. Just being near you is intoxicating. So again, getting too close to you, there's a lot of emotional connection here. There is a lot of passion. This person like made a conscious decision to be like, I don't really want this type of connection right now. I'm going to stay in this player mode, but I have intense connection for you, which always with past life connection there's a lot of sexual chemistry, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy. It's time for me to heal now. It's like this person realizes that they screwed up the connection. I regret lying to you. Again, playing like again, they acted like they were ready for a connection before that they were ready for a connection. And like, I can't stop thinking about you. We will be together again. So in their mind, they think I'm going to be able to fix it because I love you. Like this is where this person is coming from. Because it's like they're like, you came closer to me than anyone, and I still have feelings for you. It's like, and I'm still thinking about you. But in their mind, they think that they're going to be able to like come back into your life. And this, and you know that. You're wait a minute, that's how this reading started. That you're like, I know this person's coming back. And I know that they're going to want to be in a connection with me. And I don't really know how I feel about that after they did everything. And Spirit said, prudence. Be prudent. It's like meaning like don't say yes and don't say no. It's to be like again, be open to it, because what Spirit's saying is there's still an emotional connection that you have to this person and that you still have feelings. So if you say no, you're going to feel like you cut your nose off to spite your face. It's like, no, because of what you did, because you're angry, but you don't really know whether you have like you have feelings for this person, but you don't know whether they can fix it. You don't know if you want them to fix it. So that's why Spirit saying is like act prudently. Any more information? This person like had many possibilities. Understand that. It's like, and they and I feel like there's a part of you that might need to say, well, now I need to see, I'll be in your life, but you know, I also have other possibilities. Like if that's going to make it you feel more fair. But I feel like, listen, your gut reaction and your inner knowing, like there's like the sixth sense of that is gonna, you're going to know what to do in that moment. It's almost like you're not going to know right now, like ahead of time before this person comes into your life. But Spirit's saying you have other options. It's not like you won't have other options. But by the time that this person comes back, there is a connection with this person. I just feel like there's also a spiritual, still a very strong spiritual connection. And so it's like, let's see, is this person going to do anything? Are they going to do anything that's big? Like we know that they're coming back, but what would they have to do? That's a better question. What would they have to do? I feel like they would actually have to like prove it to you, but this would be like stop with the victim mentality, stop resisting, like, and really like it's time to like focus, you know, focus on what they want. There's a sense of need to focus on what they want. You're going to need to set boundaries. It's not the end. It's just what's not working is that you're not allowed to have boundaries. So this is, again, set boundaries. Because this person is going to want to fix it. It's like, and that's really what it comes down to. It's like, will they do what it takes? Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. It's like, and I already knew the answer, but I wanted to see, would it? And it's like, yes, and it would have to actually start almost like it's like a complete new beginning, like a start over, like just the person's going to need to be vulnerable. the connection does have unlimited potential, but the way that you would purify it is almost like it just has to be like just a fresh start, like right from the beginning, like you never even dated before, or that experience never even happened before. If you can get past it, because there's a deeper meaning, like if you can really feel, like if you really feel like this is true feelings, okay? So there's a deeper meaning for the connection, is what spirit is saying, the deeper meaning. And that, is to raise consciousness because what your true feelings are. And I feel like you're going to know what your true feelings are in that moment. But what this says here is if this person tries to come in and fix it, and you can and at the time, if you can like start all over and like start a new leaf, that this person proves it to you, then you'll go for it. But the answer right now of what you're going to do, you don't know. And that's how the reading started. That's why you're like, I don't know. There's a part of me. And that's why Spirit says, won't need to answer right away, but it's to be prudent. So that might mean that this person really can't stay in for that long, or that you might say, like, this is how I feel, and now I need to think about it. And it's like, I need to think about it, but I'm open to being a friend with you. I'm open, but don't say too much to this person, because right now, Spirit's saying, it's like, it's a coin toss. Like it can go either way. Like Spirit's not saying it's undetermined, because you keep flip-flopping back between, I want this person, I don't want this person, I want this person, I don't want this person, which is also what this person feels. Like, so there's a sense of wanting to come back in, but not knowing how to come back in, but almost wanting to like, I'm going to start an argument because, if you reject me, then it saves face, which understand all that strategy is a turnoff, And I think that how this person comes in and like really what they offer, unless they're offering like the farm to you, then it's like you wouldn't want to be with them. And that's why Spirit's saying is be prudent, but that also means read between the lines. It's like, understand, like if the person just comes in and says, I miss you, I have feelings for you, and all this mushy, mushy, mushy emotional shit that they didn't give you before, you need to turn around and say, yeah, what are you giving me? What are you giving me? It's like, I don't care. The time for you to be mushy, mushy, and lovey-dovey was not now. I don't want that. It's like I'm in a different place in my life. It's like the way that I was to you before, meaning like they need to see a different version of you. And when I say, what are you giving me? What are you offering? Are you offering me time? Are you offering me a higher level of commitment? Like, and what does that look like? Like, this is when it means that you need to ask questions, because this person doesn't like to be transparent with everything. And there's a sense that, hey, you're getting away. Yeah. And so there's a point that this person knows that you're getting away. They weren't transparent. They've let this negative energy sit for a long time. They don't really know how to fix it. And there's part of you that's like, I don't really know how I want to deal with this. So Spirit saying you're not really going to know again until that moment. But like, be prudent. And that really is the best word, because you don't want this person to read one way or the other. Whether you're mad, you're happy, don't let this person trigger you, because again, they're going to try to start a conversation and not be transparent. It just shows how immature this person is. Really, if they were mature, they wouldn't try to bump into you and start an argument. They would pick up the phone. They would show up at your home. They would send flowers. So it's, again, you can see this person is like at the bottom of the barrel. They're not, it's like, it's not that they don't have feelings, but they're not a high vibration. So even though they want to fix it and repair it, it's like this is what this person's love looks like. So you're gonna have to teach them. You're gonna have to show them. You're gonna have to set boundaries because the person's not all of a sudden gonna become somebody else. It's like, remember, they are a past life karmic mate. They're not a twin flame. That means there's lessons. This person's learning a lot of lessons because you walked away. You know, they thought they were going to be funny. It's like, and now you're seeing them in a totally different light and they know it. It's like, and they're like, well, I don't really know how to come back in, but I want to come back in because I still have a connection. I still have that passion. Yeah, but it's again, they can't meet the same person. It's like that's the issue. And we see why you attracted that person into your life. What was the whole spiritual significance of the connection? Abuse, number one, inner childhood wounds. And that's like, again, abusive. They were abusive. They just dropped it like it was hot, didn't care about your feelings, held on to you while they were figuring it out, but pretending that they wanted the connection. And then all of a sudden, didn't want the connection. I didn't even ask why they didn't want. Look, trauma, abuse and trauma, that's crazy. But optimism, that's a positive. Inner authority, that's another positive. Outdoors nature, vulnerability, that is 6. And then I'm going to pull. So what I see here, I want to also pull from another deck. So I just want to get these out of the way. I'm going to pull deck because I'll wind up losing the cards because there's a mound of different cards thrown all over the place right now. All right, so I'm gonna pull 2, transformation and uncharted waters. So Spirit says, this person activated all of your wounds because they were abusive. See, I feel like you have an imprint of trauma from the way that you grew up. And it's kind of like being brought up by someone that was very selfish, that kind of was like a narcissist, and someone that would manipulate to get what they want. And so this is what it is, where you didn't really feel safe to be vulnerable. This person didn't let you be vulnerable in the beginning because they wouldn't let you get deep. They couldn't let you get close to them. And so being brought up by a parent that you can't really be vulnerable, it means that you don't trust. There's no trust, and that's, so there's a lack of connection to the earth. And that's really outdoors in nature, but that's also a gift because nature is spirit. And I feel like you had a good connection to spirit. And I say that because of inner authority, being brought up by a parent that you can't really trust because, again, abuse and trauma. So again, I'm assuming that's psychological and emotional, and for some physical. We can see like this child has bruises, but I feel like the trauma was significant, where again, you couldn't be vulnerable. So you had to really trust your instincts. So again, inner authority. And the good connection to spirit, but a lack of connection to the earth, a lack of connection to the people on the earth. So trust has been an issue. But you've always been optimistic, like which is a positive trait. That's like an inner child trait. Like even though you've gotten hurt, you've dated still, you've gotten back on that horse, you've tried, you believe that better days were coming. But understand you still haven't healed the root, and the root of abuse and trauma. It's like, so good thing in this connection, however, it's like felt like you could not trust this person. And so you again know what that feels like because of the environment that you grew up in, obviously. So you used your inner authority. And that tells me that that was a spiritual test. Because again, that optimism is, well, better days are coming. That's always been your motto. It's always been, whether it was childhood when you were being abused and traumatized, or now where you were being neglected, which is abuse. And again, gaslit, which is abuse. And like you had to listen to your inner authority. But Spirit says, but why? And the Spirit says, because it's time to go into uncharted waters, to go where you haven't gone before, to experience new experiences, because that trauma is still such a big imprint on your subconscious mind that you attracted somebody that was that selfish, that mirrored the energy of that parent that would, again, doesn't care about what your feelings were. It was all about them. That's how they love. They're not on your vibration. To help you transform that energy, it's time to transform that negative energy that you're not aware of. It's time to turn your fears into strengths as you step into your power. And that's by going into these uncharted waters where this person can't come with you. They're on a low vibration. They'd hold you back. They're not doing amazing things. They would want to be a part of whatever you're doing. And Spirit says, and they didn't earn that. They weren't there. They dropped it like it was hot because they didn't know what they wanted to do. Now, of course, that you're here gonna like do something, go experience something new. Of course, this person is gonna want to be there. It's like your life's gonna look better than theirs, but not if they're in it. It's not. The Spirit says one more, which is here and now. The future does not exist and the past is gone. Focus on the present moment. Have confidence in your life again, because here and now, there is no danger. Everything happens when your soul is ready. So it's almost like you're about to step into another life. Be present. And I'm going to actually pull one more. And I just feel like I'm being called to. Since we're leaving this person behind, that's to go into uncharted waters, because we don't want dead weight around us when we're unchartering through waters that we've never been through before. We're going to need to be present in the here and now. But what else? Spirit saying self-love. It's time to give yourself, attend to your own needs by listening to your heart. Your inner essence lets you know what is good for you. Hey, inner authority, you knew that already. Respect your limits. This person didn't. Answer the requests of your body and your soul and learn to love yourself. So Spirit's saying you need to go into uncharted waters also to like learn to listen to yourself a little bit more and to like honor yourself and to give yourself self-love so that when someone comes into your life, they already know how to treat you because you're showing them through how you're treating yourself, and you're going into these uncharted waters, and the universe is going to bring you people and situations and experiences that help you see yourself differently, that is going to help you love yourself more. That's why I said this person doesn't need to go. They were a karmic, and and shame on them for thinking that they can come back. It's like, I feel like you may keep this person in your life for a little bit, but not for long. And it's because they're not high enough on a high enough vibration. Like you may be kind to them, but I don't really feel that you would keep them in your life. Like I said, because as you go into these uncharted waters and meet new people, and it forces you to be different, you raise your vibration. This person isn't even on your vibration now, And so and there's a sense that they know that you're going to leave them behind, and that's why they want to come in now, and they haven't done the work. They chose not to be there. It's their karma. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. And remember, if you're someone that is in need of coaching, fill out the link in the description box. It's the most amazing coaching program. I've seen people really like leave my coaching program and go on to be able to make money, to feel self-assured, to wind up feeling confident. It's possible. Remember, God made your body and your mind to be self-healing organisms. So all you need to do is know what to do in order to, feed your body and feed your mind to heal. I mean, and you can do it. And we've come to a time within our evolution that we have to do it. So again, if you're someone that's in need of coaching, invest in yourself. It's time. I'm going to leave that there. Remember, the link is in the description box. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.